Younger man's getting owned today. Yeah.
Everyone, he's got 15,000 mine for the last hour.
Wow, this is a good spot for Torelli. Trickett's open this pot. Lock called. Jungle Man called from the button. And now Trickett's picked up this, Torelli's picked up this hand in the big blind.
Re-raise 2,800.
It's a fairly sturdy re-raise.
Call.
How much, Phil?
And fold.
Do you have another stack of yellow? I can't see.
Oh,
Like, do you have 10 in yellow
yeah,
or
I'm
like
gonna
30?
do it. I'm gonna expose
Yeah,
it.
okay. I mean,
But Locke's peeled off the flop here. Now, these guys are deep. They're both like 50,000 deep. Holy Toledo. Aces against the flop straight.
Yeah, this could be a big pot here, but Torelli's unlikely to lose a very big hand with aces here.
Well, now the pot's already 7,000. So, I mean, like, unless he's just going to go check, call, if he leads and Locke calls, I mean, this pot can get so big so fast. Is the mistake, Scott, or not the mistake, the clue, if there's ever going to be one for Torelli, that as soon as he gets called here by Locke, he'll realize it really hits Locke's sort of set mining range or something like that?
Yeah, it sets, and obviously, when he hits this board, he hits it pretty well. If he doesn't hit a set or a straight, he's going to hit a pair and a straight draw.
Get 3,000.
And Phil looks a very small bet, 3,000, less than half pot. Decides to just check call, and this is why, I mean, Alex was playing this hand very well now.
Well,
right now.
but even playing it like this.
It's actually a great card for Alex. Brings, you know, a 4-card straight on the board.
8,450.
Now he can beat even less.
That's 8,000.
Even then, you know, if he had a straight draw, he got there with an 8. If he had a 10 in his hand, he likely also had a, you know, 2 pair now with a 9 or a 7.
So hard to lay down aces head up still.
I think he can do this right here on the turn, and he just can lose the minimum if he can find a fold here.
He just knows, doesn't he, Scott, that there could be another bet. The next bet could be...
I mean, that's what he's thinking in his mind right now. He's thinking, I might have the best hand, but am I willing to call a bet on the river that's going to be 20,000? And I don't think he is with this board complexion. Not to mention, the board can just get worse. An 8 comes, and what does he do? Or a jack. I mean, like, there's a lot of bad river cards to even compound things. That Phil just has to hit this board in so many ways, at least a piece of it. He very rarely has absolutely nothing here.
And I think overall, Locke is going to be best barreling the river big, don't you? It's such a polarizing bet right now. If he was bluffing, he would do it.
Yeah, he's got 36,000. He could, I mean, his stack size is where he can ship it here if he wanted to. Yep, and he does. He bets 36,000 into 30,000, which is basically a pot-size shove. And this is so polarized. He either has a straight or he doesn't.
35 though?
It even brings a backdoor flush, but Phil isn't concerned about that. He decides to ship it because if Torelli had the flush anyway, he would have bet and called off, so it made no difference.
This is now potentially the biggest pot of Big Game 6 so far. Torelli, you always have aces in these spots, don't you? He's calling! He called him! He flopped the straight!
Bravo.
He flopped the straight. He got paid off all in on the river after the 10 came and the club. And Alec knows.
I think I have you covered, right?
Yeah.
Alec knows he was supposed to fold. It was just that little thing. He went with his gut there. He went with his gut, and his gut was wrong. And Scott, he is buried now. He is now. He's just lost his profit. He was the big winner. Phil Locke has got all the money, and he's going nowhere. This is after Jennifer Tilly took 100,000 pounds out of the last game.
Now
These guys own the big game.
Yeah, he bought him for 20,000, and now that's almost all gone. He had Phil covered there, but not by much. He's down to just around 4,000, and it could potentially change the whole dynamic of the table.